Hello everybody and welcome to this edition of Mic'd Up. This is Matt Levine. Matt
Hello.
Levine is the owner of Levine Contract Furniture Group, one of the largest and best independent groups in New York City. Matt, how you doing today?
I'm doing good, George. How are you?
Good to see you and welcome to the KRUG showroom. One of the questions that I wanted to ask you in part of this roundtable discussion is, what are the trials and tribulations, or some of the trials and tribulations, of an independent repping group in New York City today?
Oh, I'm glad you asked, because there's a lot of trials and tribulations. There's a lot that's changed over the years. Rep groups take on more responsibility these days than ever in taking on responsibility for specification from the manufacturers, creating drawings, renderings, and also just providing samples, not just overnight, but sometimes within minutes. So it comes down to time management and figuring out what you need to do to really take care of your clients.
Excellent, Matt. I understand all of that. What do you feel might be some of the largest challenges that are ahead of you, being today that we're at the First Look show in the middle of New York City and doing your day-to-day work on a daily basis?
Well, it goes back to the clients. It's keeping them happy. And that also goes back to making sure that we have a staff that is professional, knowledgeable, and can come up with all the answers that are required every single time they're asked. Every job that we do is custom, whether or not it's a standard product. Every job is different from each other. So it's not easy to keep pace with the way business is done today.
That's great, Matt. It's been a pleasure talking to you in this short round table, and we look forward to working together in the future.
Thank you. Looking forward to working with you too.
Excellent. Hi, Ann, and welcome to the KRUG showroom. And welcome to this edition of Mic'd Up. For this roundtable discussion, we're going to be talking about a specific topic, and that is healthcare products. So, Ann, with that, what do you see trending, or what do you see actually going on in the healthcare industry today?
Today in healthcare, the healthcare industry is really focusing in on not only just the patients, but on the caregivers that are caring for them, along with all the visitors that come into the hospitals. So it's really critical and important that the spaces that are designed specifically for healthcare and the healthcare needs meet all those requirements, because it's not just about the patient, it's about everything surrounding the patient too.
True, true.
You know, so the interior of all of these spaces, they don't want to look like a healthcare facility. They want it to look very inviting, very warm, very friendly, very just conducive to making you feel good. Because yes, there are people that are sick that are going in, there are people that are going in to have tests, there are visitors that are coming. So you also need to be able to have cafeterias and spaces for people to eat, people that are there for long periods of time to be able to sit down and maybe work a little bit while their friend or family member is having some sort of treatment. So it's really a beautiful opportunity for us in the furniture industry.
I get it. It's a tremendous industry and a growth-oriented industry that's ever-changing. And so with that, as one of our top reps specializing in healthcare for Levine Contract Furniture, I'm going to ask you, based on those requirements, what are some of the key expectations that a furniture manufacturer has to meet in today's world?
Well, you have to be able to have furniture that is not only durable, but cleanable, and you must be able to manufacture within a time frame that meets a construction or sometimes just quickly renovated space. The design of it needs to be very simple but aesthetically pleasing. So there's a lot of different entities that go into what goes on into these spaces.
So in a short period of time, KRUG has been in the healthcare industry for approximately 15 years, and we have just been rated in the top 3 overall by Interiors Magazine. So with that, we expect much more going into the future in the way of new products and understanding healthcare settings. And I want to thank you for coming in. It's been a pleasure working with you, and I look forward to working with you in the future. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
coming in.
Thank you, George.
Okay. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of Mic'd Up. Today I'm going to introduce you to Susie Ashoff, who is one of our independent reps in New York City. Hi, Susie, and welcome. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, thank you. One of the topics that I wanted to discuss with you in this roundtable discussion was, we talked a lot about the business side of it and the commercial aspect of how KRUG relates to the commercial business in the New York metropolitan market. So what do you see lately as far as trends and upticks in the market pertaining to the commercial side of the business today?
I mean, the commercial business right now is just booming. And I think dealers and their clients are looking for ways to work with one manufacturer to do a whole package of furniture, so that they can work with one manufacturer to help with pricing and timely and lead times. And I feel like KRUG, our lead times are really great right now. We can also put together a package of tables and chairs and lounge, and all coming from one manufacturer. KRUG has such a great reputation over the years, so it's just reminding our clients of who we are and what we represent, because there's so much more than they even remember. With Move coming out, with the benching coming out, I think we're gonna hit it out of the ballpark, because we've been needing something like that in order to compete with the bigger lines and to actually help our line to just grow and to be able to outfit a whole space.
And obviously that's a tremendous product for us today. Introducing KRUG at NeoCon as a benching system certainly puts us at the forefront of the opportunities, and not just on the back end and the miscellaneous part of the packages. So now we have actually lead products that could trend towards more the commercial aspect of the business. So with that, I'm going to put Susie on the spot, because she's come off a good couple of 2-3 years, and I'm going to ask her the question, what do you feel today are some of the key points that make a successful rep?
I think relationships. Being there for your dealer and providing the service that they need. Dealers are so busy right now. There are numerous bids. Their clients expect a lot. For us to be able to offer them the services that KRUG does, to be able to offer renderings and quote for them, and to just to help them along the process, I think is a really big selling point for KRUG, and to be the kind of rep that we need to be for the dealers.
Excellent. And I want to thank you for coming today, and it was a pleasure speaking with you.
You too, George. Thank you.
Good evening, and hi, Sarah. Welcome to the KRUG showroom.
Thank you.
And welcome to this edition of Mic'd Up. For today's roundtable discussion, we have a few questions in store for you. The first question is, in today's society and the industry that we work in, it's very difficult to recruit new people and new talent into the industry. So as a new rep and a millennial, how do we attract new talent into this industry for your generation Y?
Well, I think, especially coming from another industry before working in this industry, I think this industry is so attractive because it's such a hybrid of creativity and art, design, fashion, and an industry where you can really express yourself creatively, whether you are working on the dealer side, the manufacturing side, or the design side. And I think an industry that has so much to offer someone from a creative perspective is really attractive for people coming out of college or in their early 20s. So I think that there's a lot of opportunity to really bring people into the industry who maybe haven't been in it before or have gone to college for it. And once you're in it, you never want to leave.
Sarah, as a fairly new rep in the industry and working for Levine Contract Furniture, what do you see some of the trends and what's happening in the A&D community, as it obviously appears that you're calling on that community and having some good success while doing it?
Well, I can speak to that from KRUG. I think designers work with all different types of clients, whether or not it's the aesthetic or the budget that they're working with. And I think KRUG is so great for that because they have products that can fit different aesthetic. They can fit different price points when it comes to the finishes, not to mention, their amazing lead time as well, which is always so important. So I think giving designers options to play around with in terms of aesthetic with finishes or finishes that help with different price points is really great, and you can always find what they're looking for their client.
Great answer, and it's a pleasure working with you, and I look forward to working with you in the future.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in today.
Thank you for having
Appreciate
me.
it.